My name's Catherine Bottrill and I'm co-founder of Pilio Limited, and we are one of the first software technology companies to spin out of the University of Oxford's Environmental Change Institute. We founded in 2011, so we've been going about 6 years. And we focus on building solutions for businesses to support them in energy, problem solving and climate change. And we've been supporting companies on how to use all their energy data to translate it into action to support their businesses in their sustainability goals. My background is as a geography researcher, and I'd been working in a research department here at the University of Oxford for about 4 or 5 years, and I was realizing, not really understanding where my career pathways could go, and then became really curious in the role that the internet and internet technologies could play in our society. And I've always been a really action-orientated person. I've always wanted my research to have really key kind of stakeholders that can support change. And then I developed these ideas with my colleague, Dr. Russell Layberry, and it became beyond pure R&D research. And the university said to us, this is no longer R&D, and what this really is around commercialization. I am quite energized in seeing the adoption of our solution and working with more clients and seeing our solution go to scale. I would say that in the sort of 6 years that I have been running the company, as many startup founders will tell you, you have a real roller coaster. You have great highs and real lows, and there have been moments in our journey where I've thought, am I taking on too much risk in pursuing this dream of creating our solution into this product and services to help business, and should I go and get a normal job? And then every time I look at the normal jobs, I realize actually I'm still really motivated to undertake our company, and in our current state, I'm feeling very happy, one, with the team that Russell and I have built and the opportunities that we have. So I feel that that we've got great success ahead of us. I'd love to see more women feel that they could participate, and thinking about, well, what are the barriers that are preventing them to feel that they could participate. So I think there is a role that universities and government policy can create in terms of creating the resources and funds so that you have a minimum level of income. Many of my peers have not gone into entrepreneurship because they feel that it's too risky to undertake that, from childcare needs. With their partners, if they have those partners, feel that they can't take the risk of, the mortgages have to be paid, nursery care and stuff. So I think if we want to see more women, especially in your 30s, that you've got to come into this space typically in your late 20s and 30s. So I do think there needs to be looking at funding to support that activity, and then also flexibility. We were supported by one of the follow-on funds from the Research Council, which was the Natural Environment Research Council. And this was that first pot of money that was to support a research idea and to think about the commercialization. So it enabled us to give a bit of resource and time to navigate this new idea of kind of incorporating our company. And at the time, the follow-on fund was not very well structured, so we probably continued, as many researchers do, just doing more research, but it did give us a breathing space. Then the second thing that really made a huge difference to us was being part of the Climate Kick, which was a European program to support climate innovations. And this program was set up just for a company like ours, for new startups working in the climate space. So one, I was grouped together with peers across Europe. The second was that they gave us a training, and I call it my mini MBA, and we had some of the best sort of professors and practitioners from technology and startup companies. So we did courses on negotiations, sales, looking at equity, looking at how do you engage staff, build teams, And then we followed this new kind of, at the time, was quite novel idea of building a business canvas. So understanding what your minimum viable proposition was. Because when I first created the Pilio ideas, I thought I only had one idea and maybe I was just a one-trick pony. And then what that framework and the work with Climate Kick meant is that I actually turned it around and I thought, well, actually I need to listen and understand what people's challenges and needs are. And then myself and Russell and our other colleagues have this really strong basis on which we can create the solutions that they need. So rather than me doing the classic, saying I have the invention that will solve the problem, I turned it around and with Russell and we said, well, what are people's needs? And we can create the solutions. And so now I see us creating a whole suite of ideas, services, products that are very responsive. So Climate Kick was really important. I've also had various mentors along the way, and that has really supported me and my family. I think without having your family and friends to soundboard, just to support you through those difficult times, just keeps my well-being. And also I think my co-founder, Russell, has been critical. I think you can hear lots of stories about the co-founding and the kind of key ingredients getting really messy, and no doubt Russell and I have had our moments where there's been really challenging, but we've always had really strong communication, and therefore we've now been working together collaboratively for 15 years, and we still really enjoy working together. So those have been some of the ingredients of our success and prosperity.